Leader is always looking outside and inside the environment. So, the environment is changing every day, every second. So he can't stick to one idea, one thing. Correct? He has to always go according to the changes. So he has to bring some innovations, innovative ideas, creative ideas, bring something new always. Otherwise, he can't be a leader. A leader should have creative thinking, yeah, analytical thinking, innovative thinking. He should have that one. That's the trait inbuilt one. So, a leader as an innovator, bring novelty within the whole institution is considered as a main job of the leadership. So something is going to bring something to the organization. Responsibility lies on the leadership is to take innovative strategic process that starts from thought to evaluate performance to make sure competitive advantage. So the competitions are going to, every day there are competitions to be increased. The competitors are very smart. So if the leader also cannot be a leader, if a leader cannot be an innovator, he can't cope up with the changes happening. The competition he is going to face in the future. Okay, these things will be challenging to. These things will be challenging to a leader. So that's why he has to be an innovator to look after the whole organization. He is thinking. He has to think innovatively. Leader should care about every aspect that can ensure the effectiveness of organization. So how the organization become an effective organization? He has to think. He has to think always, and the effectiveness of organization are depending on the creativity he is making and the direction he is giving. Okay, so innovation is a part of character. He should be there. Okay, he should have that one. It should carefully develop and execute strategies because strategies are stairway towards vision and mission. So whatever the strategy the leader is making, these are the stairways, these are the steps going for implementations of this vision and mission. The vision, if the vision wants to be a successful one, the business should have certain strategies. The strategies are formulated by the leader in order to make it the vision a success. Yeah, definitely the strategy should be accordingly. Okay, for example, now we can say in the business, right? Now I will put a statement here. How can make this statement a success? So I'll put it here. So one by one, you can give me your argument. Okay. Let's say we have a company Q. Okay. Q. Okay. What is the name? Okay. Q Milk. Okay. Right. This is the company, the organization. Now this organization having Q. Okay, milk is the main one product. We'll take one product. Yes. Like they are bringing like Q milk be the best choice of the world in 2050. Yeah, it's now 2020, right? Yeah, fine, 2050. So what do you think about this statement? I make a vision statement. Okay, so how are you going to make this statement a success? You're a leader. Okay, so the statement is there. Q milk is to be, okay, the best choice of the world in 2050. Okay, now you started here in Qatar. Q milk is the product now. In Qatar, you started this year in 2022. Okay, let's say 2052. Yeah, fine. So this is 2022, right? 2052. So it's 30 years work, right? Yeah, in 30 years, if you want this product reach in the hands of everybody around the world, people should take milk for their choice of drinking, that is Q milk. Okay, the Q milk, their best choice, should be the best choice. How can we make it? Now here we are in Qatar. We just now started a factory. The factory started, that is the level, the initial level. We are in the initial level. But our dream is what? In 2052, we have to be number one in milk production. Correct?
Yeah.
Is that message right? Is that message?
Right. So we need to ensure that the milk is distributed around the world.
Yes, that is one thing. The logistic system, the supply chain system.
Supply chain system.
Yeah, supply chain should be expanded internationally. And the organization to be expanded internationally. Right?
Right.
Yeah. In order to make everything international, first he has to think about local.
Yeah.
The locally, he has to reach first. The Q milk started in Doha city area, okay, or they started their business, but their plant is already, let's say, in Sanaya, fine. But the thing is, the service started to distribute the milk only in Doha area in 2052. So how can make this into the level? Can you put some strategy? Can you define how can you make it? Is there any idea for that? It's a very, very interesting thing. We have to study in the business management also, what do you call in the strategic management, we have to study about. But anyway, I'm putting here because a leader should bring some strategy. Okay, now you are a leader. Now you have to think about it. Yeah, that's why I'm putting to make it practical. Otherwise, if I go for reading, yeah, definitely it will be boring.
Okay, we can expand into the region first. Once we are done with Qatar, then we go into the region, regional expansion.
Regional expansion. That's very good. Ali, Sheikh Ali, if you have anything, you can add me. No problem. So we have to go for regional expansions. Very good, huh? Regional expansion. So this is our the main target, right? So we have to become number one in region. Become, right? At least, right? We have to become number one in region. Shall we put like that? Yeah. Global expansion, Gulf. So now in Gulf, what we want? Become number one. Okay. So we can bring it. Shall we put it like that? What other countries? Gulf, not all the countries. Let's say UAE, Saudi, yeah, Kuwait, Bahrain, Correct? Even Oman. Yeah. Okay, fine.
Sure.
So number one, become number one in 5 years. How many years gone now?
10.
10 years. So in 10 years, our product should be in the hands of the people. Yeah, the best choice for Gulf people. Then we can move into again Asia. Yeah, Asia. We can go for Europe, even Asia, Africa, and then Europe. Fine. Why we make it like this? Any ideas? It's easy to write, right? To make it happen. It's easy to write, right? It's easy to write. Sheikh Ali, it's easy to write. To make it happen, we have to set up the business system to make it happen. Yeah, that is internal part. Okay, we have to do that. So to make it happen, we need what? Resources, correct? John? We need resources.
Yes, we need resources.
We need resources to establish our plant in Doha, Wakra, Lusail, Al Khor. Do you think it's easy? And expanding our branches, right? Going for UAE, Saudi, Kuwait, Bahrain, Oman. We don't need a plant there. At least from here, we have to produce and ship, right? We can shipment, right? We can do that shipment, right? Whatever the strategies that we are focusing here, now the manpower, the operations, finance, marketing, HR, these kind of functions, yeah, has to work. These functions have to work efficiently and effectively to produce productivity and make our organization effective. In 2052, become the best choice of the world, the Q milk. Correct? We have to think about how our business strategy is going to work, how our operation is going to work, how our marketing is going to work, how our finance is going to work, how our HR is going to work. So these functions should be aligned, connected towards this. And the people who are hired, who are working in the organization, should take this statement in their mind. They have to do a contribution for the organization. This direction should be given by the leader. Correct? Now I have put one statement, I have put everything. What do you think? Is it clear? Now you can explain in your assignment or whatever it is. You can take this leave and explain. What do you think, John? Tell me.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, clear now?
Yeah, clear. It is clear.
Okay, fine. Right, so now 5 years, let's say in 6 times, yeah, six phases. How many phases we are going to have? 6 phases. 5 years means 5 times 6, right? 30 years, 6 phases we are going to move, right? Oh. So leader as an innovator, we have already understood. Now, leader as an analyst, strategic management process, it is the responsibility of leader to analyze the situation and find the gap between the current and desired state. So the current state, they are in Qatar. So what is the desired state? We are in Qatar. What is the desired state? Next state? Huh? Gulf. Okay. So we have to identify. Let's say we have already only Doha. What is our next stage? Next stage, targeting for other regions. Okay. Further, it is the duty of the leader to formulate a plan to overcome the gap according to the requirement of the situation. Strategies based at the analysis of leaders. So we can say that an important task of leadership is to scan organization and environment very carefully. It is the basic functions of leadership, understanding the environment, very basic functions of leadership, to organize or streamline the whole organization's working, especially the planning and executing of the strategies. Because once they organize the system, the change management is no more difficult. Without scanning the environment, you can't make any change. If you make a change, then it will be failed. Yeah, so leaders cannot lead efficiently till they cannot organize, till they cannot evaluate the environment. Okay, leaders as a decision maker. Now he is the one going to be an innovator. He is going to be a decision maker to make a decision that help to achieve vision. Achieve vision. So the most important role of leadership is to make decision. Leaders are responsible. Leaders are responsible for proper functioning of the organization. So they have to decide what to do, how to do, by whom. This is also important. So the leader is going to think about, yeah, what are the things he's going to think about? Should decide. Leader decide how to achieve, yeah, goals. He has to think about how to achieve the goals, and he has to think about, decide. A leader should decide what to do, how to do, by whom to do. Right? This is important, right? What type of strategy should be and how they should, you have to think about strategy, the type of the strategies you have to think about. At the same time, you have to think about how to implement. You have to implementation, how to implement them. Leader as a collaborator. Now here the leader as a decision maker. So leader is going to be a decision maker. So leader is going to take a decision maker. Now he is going to be a collaborator. Okay, he is going to get everyone's support in win-win situations. Okay, leadership provides the basis for strategy formulation. Implement the strategies efficiently. There is a need of resource collaboration. It is the responsibility of the leader is to provide provide all required resources. This is what I told you. So resources are very important. He is the one going to provide this. To fulfill the demand of the organization, the leaders have to collaborate with others. So collaboration is a part of another important things. So he has to get everyone's support in win-win situations. Okay, they make all alliances, the other organization, yeah, make alliances with other organization. Task they perform is to create networks, the important terms. Create networks that align the organization with environment, both internally and externally. Okay, understood? Is fine? Is that clear now? Resource allocation and collaboration. Do you know the meaning of collaborations?
Yes.
Win-win situation we have to deal. not win-lose situation, lose-win situation, lose-lose situation, compromise. There are 5 stages. Okay, lose-lose, we don't want. Okay, and win-lose also not good. Lose, win also not good. Compromise also is not a good one. Compromise is a temporary one, yeah, because you are going to lose something, they are going to lose something. You are coming to a point. You are coming to a point. Okay, midpoint. You are here in 2 directions. Now you compromise. Compromising come to one common platform. Correct? We come to a common platform. This no win, no lose, but still compromise. But 2 sides are losing and also come to a common. But we need win-win situation, collaborating approach. Okay? Right. Strategic leadership is going to focus on what? Strategic direction. He is going to give the strategic direction. Establishing balanced organizational control. Effectively manage the organization's resource portfolio. It's a very important one. And sustain an effective organizational culture. So establish the culture and sustain the culture. Bring the culture. The culture should exist. That's very important. And establishing ethical practices, emphasizing ethical practices. What are the practices are established in this organization? People follow that practices. Culture, ethical practices, and resource management. These are very crucial area the leader is going to work towards strategy. So he is going to establish the balanced organizational control and the directions he is going to give towards this. So there will be effective strategic implementation from the leader. Okay, strategic leader. Understood this? So as a leader, how are you going to give your strategy? On what area you are going to give it and how you are going to focus. So you are going to go and you establish the balanced organizational control. Yeah, and you are going to give your strategic directions towards it. And also you have to focus on your effective managing organizational resources. And also you have to establish organizational culture that should be sustainable level, and also you have to emphasize the ethical practices in the organization that you are putting forward, and these things you have to make sure strategically implemented in your organization. Okay, John, correct?
Sure.
So strategic leaders need to understand organization strategic priorities and contribution. So strategic priorities are the objectives of your organization. You have to understand. The company hopes to achieve over designated time of period. So that is strategic priorities. So designated period, do you understand? We already designed for Q-Milk.
Yeah.
Correct? We have designated, right?
Yeah.
This is what the summary you have to understand. So I put some practical things. They offer, yeah, they are often values or initiatives the company wants to achieve first out of the target list of the tasks. Okay, so one by one, you can't grow you can't go for diversification immediately. We have to go for growth strategy. You know the strategy we already discussed. First, we have to go for product development. Yeah, before product development, we have to go for penetration. The Q-Milk should be penetrated. And the Q-Milk is already there, then you have to think about another product development, market development, diversifications, right? So we know already the low-cost strategy is our business strategy target. Okay, because it's a day-to-day drinking product, right? Milk, we can't go for innovations. Do you have any innovation in milk? Can we have an innovation? Is it possible? These are the fast-moving product, right? Consumer fast-moving FMCG product. So we can't make it. It should be lower cost. We have to go for lower cost. Right. Leadership means taking up the responsibility. Leadership means taking up the responsibility. Leaders who are responsible, make sure the efficacy of the process related to the management. So there should be an efficacy. It offers the basis of strategy throughout the plan by offering of the vision. It guides the organization curving into strategic formation. When it makes an attempt to formulate strategic process, it gives a try to bring into line the organization along with the necessary variation of the metrics. Then it gives attention to the enactment of strategy where maintaining emphasis of the leadership goes to attain the vision by accomplishing the thought out the strategies. Whatever the strategies planned already, it has to be implemented. The top most significant activity of the leadership relates the alignment of its competitive nature with the effective, vibrant manner. On the other hand, it can train, it can train and encourage the workers of organization to attain the goal and vision. Finally, leadership has to have the evaluation process to ensure the effectiveness of the whole process, and this aspect will facilitate to identify drawbacks and make fresh and strategies in line with the changes as situations. If there are any changes to come, you have to also understand what are the identify the drawbacks and also bring some fresh. Okay, it can be said that leadership is known as a nucleus of organization. Leadership is the nucleus of organization. Without leadership, no organization. Nucleus, if you take a cell, nucleus is the key. If there is no nucleus, the cell is dead. Correct? Nucleus is the one going to bring all, the chromosomes, how it's divisions, everything will come from the nucleus, right? It's the key. Its success can be guaranteed and shared. The emotion which has the high value becomes winner at the end. Leaders who provide blood. Leaders who provide blood. Workers very hard always become the recipients of the lion shares for their flowers. So those who provide security and good times when it comes to the pitch, human beings are most known as heroic. So this is what you have to understand. Okay. So up to now, we have discussed the role of leader in the strategy making formulation. Okay, you understood now?